Can y'all see that? There is steam coming in off the blanket. I think we got much colder last night. There's a little frosty. Now the sun's hitting, it's melting. I had to run back in and get the camera. Y'all northerners don't laugh, okay? That's Frosty. We're gonna do an uncovering here in just a minute. See, this actually happened on last night's frost. Yeah, we lost the very tops of all the Mexican sunflowers. It's pretty amazing how well these bananas, these really, really tall bananas did over here, but they're underneath the canopy of the big oak tree. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's icicles, little ice pieces. Yeah, man, it was much colder last night than the night before. Well, at least the brassicas actually don't mind that, so we're doing pretty good. These are my dwarf Cavendish bananas, and you'd think they would be considered protected with all this, but it's not directly over them. And they've been burned yesterday and today. It could be worse. They could be pitch black, and they may, over the course of the next couple days, they may die off more. So, as I expected, everything up front in the south garden did pretty good. Oh, except for my little basil, my sweet basil. I lost the tops of them. I didn't think about the basil. I thought they'd be as hardy as all the other, even the cranberry hibiscus, which is very popular in Florida. Fine lettuce, mustard greens, radishes. The Everglades tomatoes. I told my husband, I was like, oh, I probably should have covered those. He goes, you can't kill those. Not as like, they're so special, but as in the fact that they're almost impossible to eradicate from your yard. On the robin's invasive species list. And so they got a little crunchy. They're really like a ground cover here, so they didn't climb up much. All that loofah's gone. The lettuce was great through it all. The pineapples, I saw some people were talking about covering their pineapples. Don't do that. We didn't do that. I don't know how low they can go officially, but we don't do that. And up here is the staghorn that we covered. It's very precious in our family. It might have been fine with the overstory of oak, but this is a very precious family heirloom, if you will, that Jack's late mom gave to him many years ago. I can't even tell you, a long time ago. So we definitely treat this with kid gloves. So I knew we were pretty good up here in the north garden, and I knew squash were on the list of frost sensitive plants, but I did not give them any special treatments, you know, mostly because they're low. And look, this is kind of odd, but like this little section got it and like nothing else here, and then this little section. So it is extremely spotty. It will recover like nobody's business. All of my other plants up here look just fine. The carrots, collards, you know, good stuff. I never really got to tell you guys this, but I'm wanting to retry my poppies again since they didn't come up with the tray. I have since learned, since months ago when I first started, that they do not like transplanting and being in trays. So I just scattered the Crimson Feathers poppy out here, and I thought, let's see if like it wants to go through that cold phase. And I thought to myself, yes, let's see if we can do that with dress. Just treat them as if they've fallen onto the ground like any other plant reseeding itself. As you saw, the banana racks did just fine. Even the whole bananas did very well. I have just very, very, very light darkening, but I really not complaining about that. The impatiens did well, covered up. They'll be fine. The whole food forest looks pretty doggone good. I'm very happy. Blueberries, the mango was covered. It came out just fine. This weed that I didn't even want got hit by the frost, so I'm really happy about that. I just need to get in there and pull that out. Whatever it's called, I keep forgetting the name of it. But anyhow, so that all looks great. The little transplant citrus didn't have leaves on it anyhow. The basil looks great. The pepper lost its cover with the wind, and it still managed to survive. This pepper survived. Oh, I'm creating a shadow. The moringa did great. This Meyer lemon is pretty much, you know, stripped, but you know, it did good. Up here, we weren't concerned too much about this little bit older citrus. It's not real old, but it's maybe 4 years old. You know, it's hard to cover it, but I was concerned about the new blooms that are up in there. Oh my gosh, the frangarates here is fantastic. So that's the only thing. We were just protecting in case any of those got pollinated right before the frost, and we want to try to save any possible fruit. Here's my peanut butter tree. Never covered it. Looks great. Didn't even suffer at all. The Turk's cap, which I know they can be tender and sensitive, but it's tucked in here, and plus underneath this oak overstory, it did great. I'm telling you that this whole beautiful pine and oak overstory, I think, really turned around and blessed us in return. You know, the con to it is, you know, we have debris falling sometimes in wind, but the pro to it is it just really protected us through this frost. Even the passion fruit looks really good. Wasn't really expecting, I thought that might be a goner. Look at him, he's so happy. Mommy put blankies on the ground. Starfruit suffered nothing. The longevity spinach, I had one little piece. I mean, so go figure, you know, this one is just as tall next to it, didn't touch it. I wish I had the magic, you know, what rhyme or reason for why sometimes you get these pockets of cold and pockets of heat. So, oh well. Little touch, I think I said that earlier, of the Mexican sunflower. Got it, but you can see it better now in this sun, full sun. I wasn't worried about any of the stone fruit down here, and the mulberries, the figs, the pineapples. Not worried about any of that. Oh, here's something I totally forgot to uncover. I didn't even think about it. The black sapote. Wow, I won't even worry about it next time. Look at how great that did. I just covered the base in case, you know, a little protection. in case I lost the leaf part, that I would still save the plant. Looks good, yay! Wow, no problem there with black sapote. Or the sweet almond, really. The avocado looked great. Maybe, perhaps, again, it's the oak. Who knows? There's a lot of warmth probably coming off of this corner. Let's keep looking. The peppers did good other than being squished. The tomatoes. Okay, so these were already dying here on the outside, so I didn't even worry about them. I did not cover down between the lattice or the fencing. So it could have gotten in there, but I was kind of trusting the fact that this was going to act as a barrier or somewhat of a blanket between a frost, you know, that comes in I don't know, clouds is not really the word I'm looking for, but you know what I mean? Like it comes in a form, a vapor, a form, cloud, whatever. But I was hoping it wouldn't breach through here. So maybe somebody has proper terminology for me there, but you know, that's just kind of my observation. Now I have a little bit of crispy tops, but really not bad at all. Nothing. I'm not even going to complain about that little bit. Keeping the tomatoes low and over the cages down to the ground looks like it was very successful here for us. That's a log that fell a couple of storms ago. There's the other part of it, and I picked up the smaller pieces. It actually dented my cage here. Oh, some of it's still in there. You see? Can you see that? But anyhow, but then I got sick, so I didn't do anything. The eggplant's not happy, but not dead. Yeah, these are pretty sensitive, and they were heavily blanketed, but they also, as you saw this morning, had a lot of frost on them. Now look at this one that was down to the ground. Nothing touched it. Look at this. Oh, that's all right. That's just called a good pruning. That's all that is. This will all recover, and I will be insanely covered with tomatoes by March. Oh, look, I got one of these rosas coming. I'm gonna pull that because my little thief is right there. Captain. Jaboticaba, not even touched. I did wrap the base to protect it, but doesn't look bad at all. Asparagus, I didn't even bother. Really, I gotta just clean up this whole bed. I gotta empty out the shed. I didn't catch any rats last night. The peppers were the only thing I was kind of concerned of, but obviously not concerned enough because I didn't even wrap them. So they're kind of toast, and I'll probably just pull them out and put in fresh stuff in the spring. Everything else looks good. The eggplant down there, the eggplant down here got squished for 2 days, you know, but it'll recover from that. It will pick right back up. My Thai basil took a small hit, some of these outer leaves, but the inner leaves are fine and it will recover just nicely. Celery, didn't have to worry about it. It kind of all falls in with these other winter plants. Last but not least, we got to talk about Pauline, which was my black hen that was sick in the last video. We were treating her for gagworm, and then we thought perhaps canker. I didn't buy any Flagyl, but we just tried to give her the best help that we could otherwise. She did not make it. She looked like she was going to turn around on day 5, and then the cold weather hit and she went downhill very quickly. We made her as comfortable as we could. Sorry, that's my other hen. It's not the same black hen. This is a Moran. We made her as comfortable as possible. And she got to come in on the porch. She got to have a beautiful box and blanket and everything. And the best we could do is just keep her as comfortable. We knew she was slipping away, and there was no hope that last 24 to maybe 36 hours. So, you know, we just try to be as humane as we can and love on them. I talked to her even though her eyes weren't opening. I could see, you know, movement underneath her eyes. And I felt she was hearing me. So, you know, I just talked to her the best I could. And, you know, let her know I loved her. I thanked her. I said goodnight to her. And then she was gone in the morning. So I hate to leave it on a somber note. But that's part of raising, you know, animals. Especially, I only have experience with chickens. And a little bit with horses, but you know, it's just part of farm life and stuff. Sometimes you never know. She was older. She was one of my oldest girls in the bunch. So we just loved on her. But you guys take care. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. We will be seeding very, very soon.